Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, August 17th, 2010. This is one of those Tuesdays where I started out thinking I really wouldn't have anything to show you guys, and because I haven't done all that much in addition to what I did last week, because my whole last couple of weeks were gearing up for open house on Sunday. And I showed you guys last week my my new designs, and here's two of my patterns that I showed you guys last week. Open house was amazing. Just a ton of people showed up. I talked to loads of people. Thank you to everyone that came by, and especially thank you to everyone that signed up for one of my classes. Christmas is full. There's a waiting list, so we may be having a second date for this, but you can still buy the patterns. You can buy them directly from me on Sew Hooked or on my Etsy store, or you can buy them at Honeybee. You can go to the store and actually pick one up right there at Honeybee. All my other patterns are available PDF download on Sew Hooked. I have a whole bunch of buttons that I just added to Etsy. I started asking you guys last week what you wanted me to post, if anything, on my Etsy store that wasn't a pattern. And I had several people say that they really wanted to see buttons on there again, so I've added buttons in sets of threes and sets of five. I was looking around and thinking, what am I going to show you guys, because I was so busy last week that I didn't do a lot of extra stuff. And what I realized is I have things that have kind of been accumulating that are all going to be going away this Saturday, because Saturday is the monthly Linus meeting, and I have Linus stuff to take. So the first thing I'm going to show you is something that accidentally got stashed away, should have been turned in June, and I forgot about it, and I pulled it out this week. This is the last of the Go Get Granny squares. So if you've been wondering where your square is, I actually put this together in June and intended on turning it in June and did not get it turned in. So that will go in to Linus on Saturday. Lots of blocks made by lots of different people in this. My only contribution was to join them all together. I started a new blanket. I know, another new blanket. I still have two that I'm working on. I started a new blanket for Linus, I think on Saturday. And so I'm doing a pattern from this book called Corn on the Cob, and you can find it on Ravelry, so it's Weekend Afghans, and just look for Corn on the Cob. And this is the pattern. The pattern of the book actually intends this all to be one color, but what I'm doing is 3 rows of the peach and then a row of color. Speaking of Linus, everything else I have today is Linus. So more Linus. I was talking last week about going to Honeybee on Thursday and quilting with my friend Osi. So we were quilting Linus tops last week, and then we did some yesterday. So what happens is Linus owns a long arm machine, but so we do accept quilt tops, but we get a lot more quilt tops that can actually be quilted by only a couple of people. And there's become, we've got a bit of a backlog going on. And so in order to help Marge, who has the quilt machine in her house, Osi and I are trying to do some of the quilt tops at Honeybee on the machine that is owned by the store. We have the permission from the owner, so we're just doing some of the Linus tops so that those can be turned into quilts more quickly and get turned in. So one of the things I want to talk about is charity work and the quality of charity work. So this is a blanket that I did. I showed this off a while back. This was actually leftovers from Log Cabins for Linus and from my own stash. So this top I showed, I quilted this myself, and I got the binding on it last night. And what I want to talk about is the quality of workmanship when you're donating a handmade item to a charity. It's really easy to think this is for a charity, so I don't have to put in my best work, I don't have to use the best materials, it doesn't matter, it's for a charity. But what I want you to think about, especially for Linus and other children's charities where they collect blankets or clothing or pillowcases or whatever for kids, is a lot of the kids that get these blankets, this may be the only thing that they have that's their own. A lot of times they're pulled out of homes where they're in an abusive situation, and they literally don't get to take anything with them, and they get maybe a blanket and a teddy bear and a change of clothes. So this might be the only thing that child has that's theirs, that means something. So I don't want to give something to a child and think that I didn't put my effort into it. I didn't put my best work. I didn't try really hard to make it special. When you're making something to donate to a charity, think about where it's going and who's going to receive it and why you're doing it. I would rather make less quilts and Afghans and have them be my best work and have kids receive them who will really appreciate them than to make more of whatever I'm making and have a lower quality, because that really matters. You know, the kids, they appreciate it in a way that you can't even explain. When we receive thank you letters, we do post those on the Linus blog, so if you don't follow the Linus blog, it's linusconnection.blogspot.com. Those thank you letters are worth just everything when we are donating blankets to Linus, so just keep that in mind when you're working for charities and making things for charities. But this is Lacey's. I got the binding on it, so I'm not going to unfold it again because I just showed this one, but you can see it's all bound now. This is the stack of other quilts that we quilted. OC and I split them for binding, and I won't show them all to you because they're not all mine, but this one is mine, and I showed this one not too long ago. And I quilted this one too, and this is the backing fabric, which I think was a gift from Hard Hat Cat, and I really like the way the front and the back work together. So I still need to bind this one. I have 5 quilts left to bind. I will get them all bound before Saturday. I did 2 of them yesterday, and I'll get them all done by Saturday, and they'll all be ready to go. That's going to be it for me. I will see you guys next week, and I hope you have a great week. And school starts for my kids next week, and so if you guys are going back to school, then have a good first day at school, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.